Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. That's a 16 by 20 inch canvas. I'm working with Colour Arte products today. This is the Pearl, which is, I believe, one of the new selections from the ancient metals. And I've just decided I'm going to give myself some markings. I want to use mostly blues, but I have some other colors. I just figured it'd be nice to have a place to start. And I have got a gorgeous Indian Spice Gold, which is calling my name. Just going wherever I want to go. I want to have enough paint on the canvas, and I want to do this fairly quickly if I can. Alright, so where do I start? I have a Bolivian blue. This is probably going to look nothing like it started out. My new favorite color is not this, but it's close. This is Sea Dancer. I should be willing to just leave this alone. So the next color is so similar, I'm going to use a different color. This is Boysenberry. This is just Boysenberry. That's a purple. That's a primary element. Let's turn it around and see if we have a different perspective. Yes. I have something called Blue Flame. The problem with blues is they have a really hard, the camera has a really hard time reading them. So there's no guarantee that the colors that I'm using that look one way to me are going to look the same way to you. I want a much lighter color, and I think it's time to use that Arabian Sea, which is a bit on the turquoisey side. Pardon my sniffles. The pollen count is horrendous right now. This is Cerulean Blue, which is super concentrated color, which is a Prizm Pour. If you need information and I don't give it to you, please ask me in comments. More over here. I'm kind of having a good time just... This is me just filling in, trying to spread colors in different directions. I think I'm going to go back again and use a little bit more of the Indian Spice and the Pearl. But right now I'm going to add a little bit of Midnight Shadow. I kind of suspect that if I get things somewhat balanced, as far as me liking where they look like now, that they might work out. And that's my hope. Yes, I did that. I've got something to use up, which is, what are you called? Royal Sapphire, and it's a gorgeous color. And we're getting to the place. I don't want that little ring around the top, though. That is a fabulous color. I think I'm going to leave that upside down. I'm really tempted by the possibility of using cell activator. Some more Indian Spice. Please excuse my sniffles. I want to use more purple, but I really want to see what the blues look like first. I know that the white is going to leave trails. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use some of the deep amethyst. And I have another color, and it's lighter, as well as the Carnival I want to use. This is Twilight Orchid. Yeah, I'm going to like that a lot, I can tell you now. And no matter what I do now, if I'm not completely satisfied, tomorrow I can add more colors. I'm always thinking about buying a new camera, but it has been not in the budget for a long time. One that can record a long time and then I can edit it down so you can see fast forward. That would be lovely. In case you're a millionaire and you don't have anything better to do with some extra money. Like anybody has any extra money. Carnival is a primary element that I absolutely fell in love with. And I'll leave that handy because I'm probably going to use it again. I have a light color which is Whispering Wind. A light blue color which is gorgeous. I don't think I need a tremendous amount of anything else. I'd kind of like a photograph of that because I like it like it is. And I'm not sure how I'm going to swipe this. But let's start with my usual way. And I'll get a scrape dish. I wish my nose would stop doing this. I truly do. I think I'm going to need some pressure on this. If I had painted the background, had it be wet, it would be a horse of a different color right now. But I'm going to be okay with the little gaps because the canvas is primed, and if I like them, then they're going to stay. And if I don't like them, I will do something else. Oh, I like when the paint is built up on the card. It's going to look like a little bit like a plaid, I think. Kind of like some more of that Carnival. Let's see how that works. Let's just open that all the way up. Start it right there. Getting some wonderful texture. There's nothing that's going to keep me from going back again if I want to either. And double swiping. I'm going to knock off my paint. Gloppy though it might be getting. I do love the voids. The texture of the gaps is what I'm talking about. I could also pull a palette knife through here. Or one of my little acetate tools. I like the texture of just dropping down with the paint that's left on the card also. I like that gold. The question is, how much more do I want to do, if anything? Because I can leave it as it is and it will be okay. I am going to fill in the edge. If I see a bubble, I'm going to knock it out. There are a few. It does remind me of a summertime plaid though. Part of me wants to use a basting brush and just see what happens. I don't think much would happen, to tell you the truth, unless you pressed really hard. But I do like the idea of picking up some paint with the card and leaving marks behind, like this and that. Especially if it helps fill in some of those gaps. Or picks up some paint and exposes some color. It's hard to know when to start and when to stop. It really is. But if you're just in it for the fun, you'll be okay. because there's always tomorrow. You'd think I'd be smart enough. I've never been somebody who could use a Kleenex anyway. Not that anyone ever needed to know that in a million years. Sorry about that. Okay, so my edges look pretty good. And this reminds me of a watercolor by somebody I took a class with my parents when I was 15. The colors are wonderful. I'm wondering if I'm done or not, because I really like making the marks with the end of the card. And it kills two birds with one stone, because I can also knock out some bubbles as I see them and fill in some gaps. So this is a funny geometric, but that's kind of what it is. And I'm still having a good time. And I could put more color down, like I could put some pearl down, and I thought about it then, for sure. Just looking for bubbles, pouncing on them with my card, and leaving a mark, taking a chance. But it might be time to shimmer this at you, because I think it's going to be very shimmery and beautiful. And I haven't stopped having a good time. I'm going to get way, way too close to getting rid of all the white marks. And I like them. They add something for me. There's nothing to keep me from dabbing and dipping and pulling and scraping either. Might as well have as much fun as possible. I do like the drag marks more than I can tell you. Got to be careful. If you pick up and put down and too close to the canvas, you're going to drag a little tail, which is never something I'm a happy camper about. Well, the colors seem to be in the right place. I'm going to break up that hard line. Not that it's really going anywhere. But I like to expose the colors underneath. I really, really like this a lot. And I haven't stopped liking it as I continue to do what somebody might consider overworking. And I guess I don't think that that's the case yet. Now I'm probably going to have to run blue down the sides, and I think that's probably a gimme. Just to make it a complete top and a tidy edge. You wouldn't think that was important to me, but it is. Okay, so I'm loving that. It reminds me of a waterfront scene. Don't ask me why. Maybe pilings and the color of water and other stuff. I'm going to turn out this other light. Oh yeah. I'm going to grab a skewer if I can and look for bubbles. Bubble one. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. I like that. Sorry about my head. I know, I'm terrible with my head, and I do apologize. I don't have good vision anymore, so sometimes I just forget and I get way too close. This reminds me of watercolor. And the artist that I took the class with was Frank Webb. You can look him up on the net. He's pretty amazing. And he was a friend of my dad's. And they took me out of school. It was really cool. And I made the most progress of anybody in the class, which is okay because everybody else was an adult anyway. It's not saying anything. There were no other kids. But it was nice to be respected enough to be brought. I don't see anything else, but I'll probably keep looking. Loving this. I'm hoping I can show you just how pretty some of that is. I can't show you all of it, but I can show you a good part of it. Maybe I can spin it around. Hopefully you can see some of that. That's really pretty. And if the lines weren't right, it could even be a tall city hill. I want that. Right here. There we go. And it's sort of like balloon kisses in that as it dries and gets sticky, you're going to have a different effect from sticking your card in there. So I love you guys. Thanks for coming. I hope you come again. I post at 3:15 Eastern Standard Time most days, like 7 days a week sort of thing. I'm awful glad you're here. Please share my videos if you have a mind to. Know that I have over 2,500 videos. Probably over 2,600 actually. And right at the moment you can still find them on playlists, all playlists, created playlists, by going to my YouTube channel and looking for that. Or you can ask me, because I have them organized by topic and genre. And by the 100. Yes, I did. I stuck my finger in there, and I might want to do it again because it's fun. Little dots of color in between the spots makes a whole different texture, and I kind of like it. And the paint is still wet enough, so it's not going to leave anything that looks like specifically like a fingerprint, I don't think. All right. Oh, that was a first. My sandal flipped under. I don't need that time. I am going to take a short video. You should check on my Instagram if you want to see close-ups of these. I've been doing reels, and they're they're fun. They're like candy. At least they are to me. I'm still looking for more bubbles. Gosh, those colors are stunning. So don't ever worry about having all the same colors as me. Just pick the ones that you found were the most interesting to you and start with those. I just made 2 videos today about mixing primary elements with Vivid Polypore and Vivid Enamel and Jo Sonja varnish. They're not very official or scientific or even well measured, but they will show you that you should just relax and do it anyway. I'm going to zoom out again. I can't believe how out of square my camera was. That's kind of bizarre. Anyway, you can't imagine how pretty this is from the picture I'm seeing. It doesn't do it justice a bit. So go over to my Instagram and check it out. My Instagram is on my link tree along with my Pinterest, Instagram, Pinterest, Fine Art America, Pixels.com. If you ever want to see something like this added to become merchandise, like a t-shirt or a yoga mat or a duvet cover or a shower curtain or a baby onesie, let me know, because all you have to do really is to ask, and I will add it to Fine Art America, Pixels.com, Society 6, or Le Galerist Clothing Made in Montreal, which I really need to get back to. I think that, yeah. No rules. I like no rules. No rules in a pretty painting. All right, you guys take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Please don't forget the thumbs up. And don't forget about that Colour Arte coupon code with the website right there for your convenience. 20% off is a good deal. And I look forward to seeing you again. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but I have no idea what it is. Facebook group, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group, is for students. And showing off your work. So, check the spring clothing below the video, and I will see you anon. Don't forget to ask me in comments. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. I do sell my artwork, and my email address is easpb, and the word gallery spelled out, at gmail.com. For those of you who are still here after I've worn out your welcome, my welcome. Okay, bye now. See you anon. Priscilla out.